have an exciting benefits talk to you about today. So looking forward to hearing this presentation.
Great, thank you. My name is Rick Davidson, and this is Kathy Elsesser. She's our sales manager, and she runs the Chamber Energy program for Yellow Springs and for many other chambers. The Community Energy Advisors created this program about 7 years ago, and we partnered with NOAC and SACA to really create a trusted program for members. And for some chambers like yourselves, you have electricity as a municipality, and so you can't shop your electric, but you can shop your natural gas. But there's still a lot of things that are happening from a protection piece that, whether you're in a utility or a municipality, they are targeting members for a variety of reasons, and I'm going to share those with you. Currently, today, we're in almost 100 chambers of commerce across the state of Ohio, and that number continues to grow. We really do focus on that education and protection piece because so many of the folks that are sending in bills today are absolutely paying too much. And with COVID, there's folks that have been laid off. A lot of businesses have no idea that they're even in a contract. So for you guys, it would be natural gas unless you're outside of Yellow Springs, and then you could shop for electricity. But there's so many programs that once the contract ends, it rolls to a month-to-month variable, and it ends up going up fairly high, and we see it every day. Some of the things that we're seeing, and this is something that's hitting the municipalities as well, is these rebate offers. So they're calling and saying that your utility has overcharged you, or your municipality has overcharged you, and you're going to get a rebate. They end up signing you up for a deal that ultimately costs you more money, and the rebate never comes. So when folks are calling you over the phone, feel free, if it doesn't sit right with you, we are a free resource for all energy questions. Send over your question to us. Let us help navigate through that. Let us help answer some of those questions for you so you don't get caught up. Multi-level marketing. We continue to see folks getting caught up in multi-level marketing, gas and electric, where it's a brother, it's a friend signing them up, and ultimately the price of power could be almost double the market. And they think they're doing a good thing. They think that they're going to save money. And many times it's a low introductory rate for 1 month, and then it skyrockets. So if you are doing those things, make sure you're paying attention to your rate. So many of us pay our bills online today, where we just pay it. It looks right. We say, well, maybe the costs are going up, but I'm not really looking at the rate. If you don't know where your rate is on your bill, send it over to us. We'll circle it, send it back to you. So that way, every month, just pull up your bill, make sure that rate is the rate that you believe should be on that bill. And if it's going up, then we surely can help you. Introductory variable prices. Again, we see folks that sign up with these low introductory prices, and immediately they start creeping up. And within 6 months, they're paying double. The first of the year, when we got back after the holidays, we had 2 bills that came in. One was for a multi-level marketing company, and one was for a variable rate. And both of them were almost paying double. They were paying, one was paying almost 10 cents and the other was paying 11 cents. So, these are things that the folks that are sending these bills in, they have no idea. They just think that the utility costs are going up. So I would encourage you that if you don't know, please send us your bills. We'll take a look at them. We'll let you know if you're in a contract. We'll work with your supplier and find out when that contract ends, so you don't pay any early term fees. And then we'll make sure that we show you what your rate is and what the savings opportunity would be through the Chamber Energy program. Power shutoff scams. This continues to hit everybody. It doesn't matter. They're actually targeting seniors now. So if you have a loved one that is living at home and they're a senior, they're basically telling them that they're from the utility and they're going to come shut off the power within an hour unless they pay over the phone. Well, with COVID, there are people that are second guessing themselves. They may have a disconnection notice on their bill, or a late fee or a late payment on their bill. And they start thinking, well, maybe I didn't pay that bill. And then they come back on the phone and they say, okay, let me pay the bill over the phone. They say, okay, but you have to use a prepaid credit card. So people go across the street or to their grocery store and get a prepaid credit card, call them back and give them that information, and it's an absolute scam. So they are targeting seniors now. So we try to push information out that impacts everybody. And if that happens, the utility in your municipality does not accept prepaid credit cards. So make sure that if you get that call, just hang up. And if you ever have questions about that, on your bill for electric and gas, there's a phone number that you can call the utility company and make sure before you commit to anything that truly is the case. So with COVID too, a lot of utilities and municipalities are helping folks that are late or behind on their bill, and they're not shutting off the power, but you got to reach out to them. And the same thing is happening through email. There's a scam out there that's a equipment charge scam that they say that they changed out your meter and that you have to pay through a prepaid credit card as well. So again, it's the buzzword is prepaid credit card. It's a scam. So just be wary of that.
Yes, this is Laura Adams, and I'm calling in reference 506-7939. And your record ID number to refer to and call back is E018-8278. Again, that's E as in Edward 018-8278. Thank you.
The reason why I played that was a lot of folks are getting these type of calls where it's a very generic call and they call about your natural gas or electric and they say that your contract's up for renewal. And you say, oh yeah, well, we're part of the Chamber Energy program. And they go, yep, your account's up for renewal. They ask for a bill, you send them the bill, and then they enroll you, and then they enroll you in a higher rate, and you're not part of the Chamber Energy program. They don't care if you're in a current contract. They don't care if you're going to get early termination fees. So if you sign up with us, you'll get an enrollment packet from us, and there'll be a password on that in that enrollment packet. So when somebody calls you, you ask what that password is, and if they don't know it, then it's not the Chamber Energy program. There's so many scams and frauds. We try to stay on top of it, but as soon as one goes away, another one happens. This is somewhat disturbing. This is happening for folks that are either at their home or their business, and there's utility folks are dressed like the utility, and they come to your home or business and they say they need to trim trees. Ultimately, they want you to come outside and they're going to show you which trees they're going to trim. The one person walks around the property with you while the other person goes in your home or your business and takes laptops, cash, whatever they can get very quickly. So again, these are things that you wouldn't think is happening, but they're dressed like the utility. It looks legitimate. If that happens, tell them to come back, give the utility a call, and ask them if they have people coming out and asking about trimming trees. But again, make sure if you're going to walk outside with them, lock your door. But again, you want to be very, very careful with these situations. And if you feel very uncomfortable, you can always call the police. This is an example of really why you want to work with somebody you can trust. So this is an example of electric, but it happens on gas as well. This customer signed up with somebody that called him over the phone and said, you have to sign up right away. Prices are skyrocketing, but the good thing is we'll be able to save you some money. So this person has been hit with COVID. They're a restaurant owner, caterer, and they definitely need money. She went ahead and signed up, and then she joined the chamber 2 weeks later and contacted us and said, hey, what's the rate that we can get through the chamber? I see that you guys have this program. Well, when we looked at the rate that she got, it was over $1,700 higher than the rate through the chamber, and she signed a 3-year agreement. She's going to end up spending $5,100 more because this broker took advantage of her. So again, you work with somebody that you trust. Make sure that they're vetted out. Don't just sign up over the phone because of contractual language. You want to make sure that whatever contract you're signing, you understand that you're entering into a contract that could have early termination fees, and you want to know what those fees are. And that way, you also want to put it in your calendar when that contract ends. But so many people they take the call, they sign up over the phone, and they forget about it, and they don't even realize that they just enrolled. I can tell you that chamber executive directors are getting caught up in this as well, that we sign up the chambers for energy savings, and then they'll get a call thinking it's us. Within 20 seconds, they've been switched to another supplier, and then we get a notice and we help them through it. And then we talk to them and they say, my gosh, I didn't even realize I was switching because it happened so fast. And that's what they do. So again, it's these passwords that we'll provide will be very helpful for you to make sure that you don't get caught up in the situation. Our program really helps all types of businesses, from funeral parlors to nonprofits. But we continue to see churches, nonprofits, they're paying sales tax on their natural gas bill and they shouldn't. And it's because the broker doesn't know how to do it or their supplier didn't properly fill out the paperwork. We make sure that when you sign up with us and you are a nonprofit, that you actually get your sales tax removed. Within 90 days of signing up with us, Kathy's team will reach out to you as a rate check and make sure that you send us a copy of the bill. We verify that the rate we signed you up with is actually on your bill. And then we make sure that the sales tax that was supposed to be removed is actually removed. So if you go to church and you're part of that process of them picking suppliers, make sure that they're not paying sales tax, because it could be $200, $300, $400 for folks. And if you're a restaurant owner and you use natural gas in the cooking process, you can reduce your sales tax by that percentage. And it can add up to thousands of dollars for some restaurants. So these are things that we're always trying to figure out ways to help you save money. And again, if you're a manufacturer, you can also reduce your sales tax if you're using natural gas in the manufacturing process. But really, the program helps residential customers all the way up to large industrial manufacturing customers. And I'm going to share with you some things that's happening in the gas market as well. So what do? We basically look at your rate. We shop it with 25 different suppliers, and we make sure that they compete for your business. And then once you agree on a rate and a term, then we send you an authorization form. You fill out that authorization form, sign it, and then we get you enrolled. And then throughout the process, like I said, Kathy will reach out after 90 days and check to make sure that everything's good. We'll also do a courtesy call after you sign up to make sure that you understand everything, that you received everything, the enrollment packets, the password, all that. And then throughout the year, you'll receive information from us as well as from Alex through the chamber of just things that's happening in the marketplace. And if you have anything that comes in the mail, you send it over to us. We help you navigate through it, and that's part of our process. So what's happening out there in the natural gas market? So you can see starting really, we were at $3.80, and we have slowly trickled down where we are today. But you can see this heavy volatility really over the last month. And what's happened now is that the short-term prices are becoming more expensive than the long-term prices. And so there is an opportunity today to lock in 2 to 3 years out, and some are even going out 48 months to make sure that you take advantage of these low prices. We are absolutely seeing prices going up. There's a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace today with the new Biden administration's renewable plan that's coming out. We don't know how that's going to impact future generation costs. But natural gas is a big contributor to overall generation costs. And so as natural gas goes up in your home, so does electricity. And whether you're an immune or not, those things are impacted. So we are encouraging you that if you haven't looked at your bill, to really take a look at it now, look at signing up for a long-term rate, take advantage of these low prices today. It won't start until your current contract ends, but you're locking it in today. And if you're unsure, again, send us your bill. We'll let you know how much you can save and when your contract expires. This is just a couple snapshots that I pulled from Texas. What's happening out there today is that the natural gas prices are absolutely spiking, and it's on the short term, very short term market. But EIA expects the wholesale natural gas prices to start increasing in 2021 and 2022. And what's happening right now could impact future natural gas prices. And so again, these are things that we haven't seen yet. So we don't know what the impact is going to be on next year's gas prices or future gas prices, but we do know that there's an increased amount of volatility. And we received notice today that about half of our suppliers for natural gas will not price out gas this week because of the uncertainty. So they're not even providing lower prices to anybody right now. And so that's a scary time because they're trying to figure out what is going to happen. And so we'll stay on top of it. We'll monitor it. But we still have great suppliers that are pricing this week, but some of them have backed off. And so we anticipate next week it'll be back to normal, but we probably are going to see some higher prices for natural gas starting to creep up. Electric, same thing. You're an Immuni. AMP Ohio takes care of your electricity. But again, we are seeing higher electricity prices and it is expected to continue to increase. But again, there's some volatility there that's causing the short-term market to be higher. Long-term prices are still cheaper. AMP will go out and secure those prices long-term for you. And so this is just more of an indication of where the overall market is going. And we are seeing that costs are expected to increase over the next couple of years. This is the flyer that we have, how you participate. You basically, if you're a residential or home-based business, small business, industrial manufacturer, you basically fill out the back of the form, send it in with a recent copy of your electric and natural gas bill. And Kathy's team does a great job of replying right away. Once we get that bill, her team will analyze it, double check with the supplier, make sure that you're not in a contract, and then she'll price those out for you and let you know what type of savings that you can see. Electricity still at near 10-year lows. Natural gas is near 20-year lows. But again, we are seeing those prices starting to creep up. This program is also for friends and family. So if you have a loved one at home that has, they're paying natural gas, they can also participate as long as you're a chamber member. So they would fill out the back of the inquiry form and then make sure that it has Yellow Springs on the back. So the chamber affiliation, it already has Yellow Springs there for you, so you don't have to worry about it. And you basically can email it to us, fax it to us, or even put it in the mail, snail mail it to us. And then as soon as we get it, we'll respond to you and let you know. And if you just have questions about the program, feel free to give us a call. We'll walk you through. And if you have your bill in front of you, we can talk you through exactly what's happening there. If you're thinking about sustainability, and Yellow Springs has been, really pushing hard on sustainability, and that's great. These are just some things to think about if you're a business. If one employee prints double-sided, you can save about $400 a year in print costs. Putting all your computers to sleep at night at the small office. We're implementing that here, where we're making sure that when people leave, turn off your computers because they sit idle. Install surge protectors and power strips to make it real easy to turn everything off. Or simply just, each degree of the thermostat adjustment can save about 1% on your energy bill. And 1 ton of paper waste that can save 15 mature trees. So these are just some little fun snapshot things to talk about. But that's the program. We'll open it up to questions, and if you have anything, you can reach out to Kathy or myself, and we'll open it up to you.
I have a question. Can you all hear?
Yes.
Okay. How do we start? Where do we apply? In other words, I don't have your contact information. I assume we can go to the chamber and get that. Is that correct?
Yeah, and what I'll do, Alex, if you could send me everybody's email address that attended today, I'll send out the inquiry form to everybody, and then you'll have it on file, and then you can send that to your employees or your friends and family as well. And that would be the inquiry form that you would start with, and that has all the information.
Okay. And I have another follow-up question then. We're real estate is what we do, commercial. And we have a couple residences. One residence, we don't pay the utility bill until somebody moves out. But I do have contracts on all of these, and all of them are open-ended. I can end when I want with no penalty. But am I able to put that one property into this program, even though I wouldn't be paying a bill until the tenants leave?
Yeah, so most of especially now we're seeing more of the larger suppliers. Some of these smaller suppliers that have different contractual language for residential, they don't have early termination fees, but most of the commercial contracts all have early termination fees. So you could put it in the program, but it may not make sense. We could take a look at it and we can evaluate whether or not it really makes sense for you put it into a program for that short period of time, because during that time, you're probably keeping that heat pretty low. And by the time you switch it out, it takes about 45 to 60 days to convert over into your name. And then by that time, you may already have a tenant in. So we could talk through that with you, but that, depending on the timing, it may not make sense to do that.
Well, it wouldn't, it's not empty right now.
Okay.
They have a lease. So
Okay.
it probably would be a year before they leave, if they leave.
Okay.
So at that point, that's when I want, and that's why I have a contract
Okay.
anyway, but your rates are lower than what I'm paying.
Okay. Great. Yes, we could help you.
Okay, great.
Is there a cost to participate?
There's no cost to participate. We basically will provide you with all the prices and the terms available, and then compare that to your current price today. And at that point, you decide to move forward, and then you would sign a contract with the supplier. And so you would receive that savings on your bill. So the new rate that we negotiate for you would be on your bill.
And do you know if there are any current chamber members that have participated or are participating in this program? That we could, just if we want to check in to say how their experience has been.
Absolutely. We can provide that on the inquiry form. We'll provide that for you of some businesses that are participating today.
Great, thanks.
Mm-hmm. And again, if any questions come up down the road, I'll provide Kathy and myself information, and you can just follow up with any future questions, or obviously reach out to Alex, and then Alex can connect us up.
Rick, this is Tamara Pruitt. I just wanted to say this is awesome information. I actually heard about this on another chamber meeting, and I had never heard about it before. I did reach out to get the information, and for those who are thinking about it, I highly recommend it. They actually shared with me that my rates right now were actually lower, but that my contract was getting ready to end, and so that those rates could change. And they were able to share with me kind of where things are at now. So once my current contract ends, then I'll definitely be looking into it again. But thanks, Rick. This is great information.
Thank you. That's always great to hear.
Fantastic. Well, thanks, you two. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Sure.
It looks like we don't have any more questions. So again, everybody knows my contact info, but I will give contact info to Rick so he can get you out those forms and just general information if you're interested. In the meantime, there is a link on the benefits page of our website, YSChamber.org, for more information.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day.